then
push you back in position, didn't it?
that's it. Yeah, but everyone seems to be winning or above, So
Yeah,
it's a
that will stop. That will stop. They go for everyone goes through little periods. You just got to hope that when you go in your winning game, people in front of you just stop.
I've always found every time we go through that winning phase, everyone else does it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
When we go through a losing phase, everyone's still winning.
I get it.
I luck in it. I don't know, Bill. We just I don't know. It's a tricky one, but I don't. It's we're just too far down. People got games now over us and that. So I don't know who won out of Adley today. Do we know, Dave?
Adley won 4-0.
Did they see there? They've gone above us again. So
Who's they beat?
Enfield FC.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Manager's View. We're here for the next 20 minutes or so. And, of course, we've got Billy with us as usual. And Paul's got off of his drunken soda from last week. And he's here, look.
I wasn't drunk last week.
Nice to have you back, Paul.
There was reasons why I didn't come on last week.
But this is, 2 wins, though. And of course, Mark's not with us tonight because, surprise, surprise, he had another week off.
Yeah.
Makes it difficult for him. Do you know what? Every time, this time of year, Welling are always playing catch up. And it's so hard for him. Because they're going to have a lot of Saturday Tuesday coming up, they are.
Yeah. Oh, he might as well travel tomorrow. He's at Tame tomorrow night. We're at Marlow. It's sort of not far from each other, are they? I don't think.
Oh, has he got a game tomorrow night, yeah?
Not tomorrow night, sorry, Tuesday night, yeah.
At the minute, anyway.
Tame, we've got good weather next week, so that should be on. Tame are flying, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Paul, go on, I will let you start. Tell us about the game. A good win.
Yeah, listen, I didn't hold back. I'm not going to go into on here why I never come on last week, but there was things I needed to address, and I didn't want to do it in an interview really. So I had everyone in on Tuesday, and we talked. We talked a lot. Some good points were raised. Some points that I don't even get were raised, but they were all addressed. We put a bit of a session in, and then we had the chat and sort of go on like it's gone past 10 before we'd finished. And I carried that conversation on till the Thursday. Normally, I'd let it go and stop, but I felt that things had to be addressed, and I think a lot of that falls on me. I think that I've not probably been as active as I should be on the training pitch. So I had to take to the training pitch Thursday. I've got very good coaches, so sometimes I don't really feel like I need to do it. But we had another long conversation. I worked with a back five and 2 midfielders, and we addressed it. So, I called them out yesterday. I said to them that I think you owe me. And I think they do owe me because they've got away with murder lately. So I don't, sometimes you can go overboard with this, but I felt that they needed to be told, and I told them exactly how I felt on match day. And to be fair, I set them a challenge, and they came back and they put a performance in. Now, like I said to them afterwards, I could be picky with the performance on certain things, but I wasn't going to. I wanted to finish that and on a high and try and take that high into a game on Tuesday night. So, it's clear, if you want to make playoffs, you've got to go on a run now like we did before. And, everyone seems to be winning above us. So a lot of people, after the Hitchin game, and, I see like they lost to Leverstock Green, and if you look at our goals conceded at Hitchin, we gave them 4 goals, probably 3. Well, definitely gave them 3 goals. So really, it was our own mistakes, and I look at Welling and I might want to agree, but I think that's a game we have to win. We should beat Enfield. We'll take the point against. I think we should beat Hadley. I think they had players out, and Biggleswade you know, another game we lost with last minute goal or late goal. So, listen, they had to stand up and be counted yesterday, every one of them. You know, some people didn't like being on the bench. But I will point out that that's probably the first time I've had a fit 16 for a long time. You know, it's nice to have Sammy back. He came in and done 60 whatever minutes. Johnny flew back from Jamaica the day before. Finn Titmarsh was back in. I couldn't get Rolfie in. Rolfie was in the squad. I wanted to give him minutes. He'd been, excuse me, he had been away on holiday. So I think it was a performance. Listen, it doesn't matter who you're playing. Don't matter where they are in the league because they're fighting for their lives and you know, whether people beat them, whatever, it's a tough game and we had to go and win the game. You know, we got the penalty and rightly so, it was a penalty. And then, you know, second half, we just stepped it up and you know, and we scored goals. I made some substitutions, fresh legs. And overall, I felt that we was well worth winners of the game. So, really pleased. But, you know, we take nothing for granted. We've got to go again Tuesday night in a tough game away. Possibly on a heavy pitch, I don't know. I've not been there, Marlow, for a few years now. And yeah, we have to go again and we have to build from that performance yesterday and try and get another 3 points on Tuesday on our travels.
But I mean, as you said though, but I mean, is it a case of just having players back that's made a difference?
Well, listen, it helps, doesn't it? It helps that you got your best back. You know, you got how long Johnny was out injured, how long Finn's been out injured, how long Sammy's been out injured. We've lost Theo, he's in Ghana. Make me laugh actually. Someone 7 dayed him and he flew to Ghana the next day for a month. Signing it. But yeah, so yeah, of course it helps, you know, and of course it helps. You got to have all your best players. Like I said to you last week, we had 2 fit subs on the bench against Hitchin, and you can't go like that. You can't go like that. Sammy was, you know, it could have played, but he was on the bench if I needed him. But once we went 3-1 down, it was going away from us. There was no need risking him. So it does help massively that you got your players back, and that's what I've got. So you know, let's hope we can push back on now.
I mean, you should say you got some winnable games coming up.
Well, I don't think. Listen, you can, you know, you might think it might be winnable, but the other managers see that completely different. So I think they're going to be 2 tough games. I think, you know, like yesterday was a bit tough. They didn't stop working because they know they're in a relegation battle. So Aylesbury are probably down there and are down there as well. But and Marlow are just, you know, having a bit of an indifferent season. So, you know, whether they're winnable or not, only time will tell. But, you know, we'll go there full of confidence and hopefully put in a good performance.
We got what, 7 away, 5 at home left.
Yeah, there you go. 7 away, 5. Yeah, so 12 games.
So we got what, Rayners Lane away, Tame away, Biggleswade away, Beaconsfield away. At least you know that one will be on last game of the season.
Yeah, and also we got to play Dunstable twice. You know, a lot of teams have played them twice. You know what I mean? So we just have to see how we go, mate. That's, you know, it's one of those, you know, one game at a time. I've always done that, and hopefully, like, you know, let's give the boys a bit of a boost, really.
Well, I've actually got your goals on here, and I might even flick them on and show you later on. You might be able to talk us through some of the goals, but it's 7 minutes long. But we might go through that later, maybe. But because a flick of a switch now, I can actually put your goals on the screen. But
now we've got social media, man. It's quite good. They get on that. They get on there. So that's a good thing. So, you know, something we've not had really. But yeah, the goals. I've seen the pen. I've seen the header, Jackson and Rashawn's goal. I think we scored another goal, didn't he? I can't remember now.
Yeah. But I mean, things are looking up now. I mean, at least you get the win, and if you know, maybe that might be the small difference. You on the training pitch.
Well, yeah, maybe not. But there's a certain way they have to do things, and You know, it's communication. You know, we and I'll say it, we ain't got lead. When I had the teams, you know, COVID year, and Bill would tell you my teams with both Lee and Lou in there, Danny Rumans in there, Tom Bruno in there, you know, Opie, Dave Kendall, Chrissy Arthur. You know, I looked at a game, a team sheet the other day. Someone um, on Friday night said that was probably my best wear game, but I've had so many, it's hard to pinpoint one. But he said that he felt that their best wear game that he's ever seen is when we played Harlow in 2020 October and beat them 6-1. And I look at the team that I had on the bench, and you know, sorry, on the pitch, and you know, people like Dave Kendall was on the bench, and Liam Oak was on the bench. You know, so we had good players. What you had is you had leaders, you had players that will talk and understand. You know, and then I just think, no, I'm not criticising the lads. We just don't have enough leaders in my team. I think that side of it's going out of the game slowly. I think them type of players.
I mean, with that though, I mean, is there still leaders out there though that you can get to come in?
I just have to educate the lads. Really, I think, mate. You know, and yesterday they was talking. You heard them a bit more, you know. So, you know, it started to take shape yesterday. But we'll see in the next game. Let's see. You know, maybe I'm going to be more proactive, probably, and on the training pitch, and then, you know, have my bit to say a bit more, you know, and just get them, you know, I'll keep encouraging them and make sure that they're talking. You know, it's little things like that as a major factor. You know, distribution of the ball. It has to be better. Stop playing the ball behind the player and he's got to turn back. Forces him to go backwards all the time. You know, especially if you're getting a high press. So, you know, it is what it is, and you know, we like I say, we will build on that, and hopefully the lads will go into Tuesday full of confidence.
Well, absolutely. And Bill, I mean, yourself, good win, no?
Yeah, it was a needed win, Dave. We weren't as good as we can be, but it was more win the game more than performance. It's really tricky because whenever we come up for a game, so for instance, we've got where Tuesday, Thursday, I'll do my homework, and Tuesday, Thursday, we'll have 2 sessions on how we're going to play against them, attacking wise, defensively, what everyone's jobs are, what everyone's roles are. But when teams lose their management team, things change. Like we've done with lower stuff, we went there with a game plan, and the whole game plan was totally different to what we expected because the players took over. Instead of them dropping off into a low block, they played a high press. They changed a little bit of formation. They played a couple of people that don't normally play, so on and so on. So going into the Greys game, it was a little bit of the unknown. It's like, okay, this is what I know about them. This is how they have been playing, but that all might change. And then some of the boys are in training. They've got no centre backs. They've got no one near. They've got this. They've got that. And I did explain that there will be players coming in. Joino and Mitch do know a lot of players. They will bring players in to kind of fill the gaps. So when the players went out on the pitch, it was a little bit panicky, a little bit unsure of what they was up against.
But it's good to see Mr. Baker back as well.
Yeah, that's Baker's first involvement in a squad. Tried to get him some minutes on the pitch. It was 1-0, but I knew that was going to throw everyone forward. So when a team's going to throw everyone forward, he goes the other way. So I thought it'd be helpful for him to do that and to see how far along he's come and how much further he's got to come.
But I mean, with the game now, I mean, was you pleased with the outcome? Well, he's pleased with the outcome, but I mean, performance-wise?
Yeah. I might be very picky about it, Dave. We was good. The back four was really good. Goalkeeper was good. Holding midfielder was brilliant. It's just the attacking five wasn't as good or as clean as they normally are. To the standards that they've got is that's the issue. They're so good week in, week out in training. Is when you get onto the pitch, I need the same kind of outcome of what you do in training. I just need the same confidence. I don't need the negativity when things ain't going right for you. So it's really trying to get a positive vibe in that changing room. So it doesn't matter if you lose the ball. It doesn't matter if you pass the ball off the pitch. I don't care. We go again. We go again. We go again. So that's what I'm trying to install in them at the minute.
But so, I mean, with it though, I mean, as you said, you must be starting to struggle, and now with who do you pick, because everybody seems to be coming back. I mean, injuries wise,
Yes.
you clear, or you still got anybody sort of with just slight niggles?
I had one with a slight niggle, and that gave me the opportunity to get Baker back in. But it's only a slight niggle. I've got Lukey that's training every week at the minute. I've got NK who was suspended. That's been training every week. He's back now. So I've got a squad of 20 players to pick from. So it's very difficult. I don't like leaving people out. I don't like people not being involved because they train all week really hard, and then it's the worst part of the job really on a Friday. I wish I could take all of them, but then I have to make the 16 and explain to people why they're not in the squad. And then I have to explain to people why they're on the bench. So that's the hardest part of the job. I like to be upfront and honest with them so we're all on the same page.
So you're not looking about bringing anybody in then?
No, I don't feel like I really don't feel like I need them. All season, I've been having to bring players in, because people have had serious injuries, and now they're all back. It kind of really gives us a real good opportunity. So, for instance, I've got a message today from Leighton Orient. They need to get a few of their first team players fit. Do we fancy a friendly Tuesday? So that gives me the opportunity with that squad that I've got to kind of play against them. So it ain't like they would have asked me 4 weeks ago, or they can say no. So now I can say yes, and we can accommodate things like that. So that's another positive.
You should actually drop that in there. Got a phone call from Leighton Orient, eh? Not everybody gets one of them.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? But yeah,
Well,
so we've got them
Listen, mate,
Tuesday night.
they need help.
So yeah, so it gives us opportunities to kind of give the people the minutes and rotate the squad and look at different options that we've got.
I take it they're going to. Are they coming? It's Tuesday night, the friendly. But I mean, is it? Are they coming down with sort of like a second string, or are they coming down with like first team players? Do you know?
No, they said to me they're sending the squad tomorrow. They need to get their first team players fit that's come back from injury. So that's the whole reason of the game. So I said no problem. I said, pardon?
I'll find out for you tomorrow because I've got their academy manager that does my coaching. So
Okay, yeah, he said that there's a few first team that need to get fit. So that's the whole reason for the game. So they said it's local, the pitch is decent. We'll come to you. So I said no problem.
Happy days. I mean, with the league itself still stuck in third place, and realistically, is that the tops that you think you might be able to get? Because I mean, the other two are sort of seem to be fighting it out between themselves. And one minute you on paper you would say Morden and Tiptree are going to win it, but then they go and draw with Downton. I mean, so it's still up in the air, or do you still expect them to win it?
No, I'll be honest with you. You can't be good every week. So you look at all the big boys; they ain't good every week. So it's going to happen at all levels. What they've done, Morden and Tiptree, is give Felixstowe a real good thing to keep on winning. If I looked at Felixstowe's games today, if they keep on winning, they're going to ask Morden a lot of questions, and then Morden have to answer them. It's a tools race. We've shot ourselves out of it about 3 weeks ago. We had a really bad week, and we couldn't afford to have a bad week. We had to be the team that was in form. We've bounced back with, I think we're 5 unbeaten now, but it's a little bit too late for us. So third is probably our best option. We're just trying to keep the other boys away from us.
So, let's look at it that way then. I mean, who would you prefer to be in the playoffs? Would you prefer to have Felixstowe in there or Morden in there?
It's a real difficult one because it's what Morden come with. They come with a big crowd, and when they bring that big crowd and it be at their place, it's very difficult. It's very daunting. The referees, and for the referees alone, lines people, it's really hard. Really hard for them. And it seems like the bigger teams get more of the decisions. Felixstowe, we've gone there. Every time we've gone there, we've done quite well, and we've got results there. We haven't got a result this season against Morden.
And you've got them coming up as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got them in 2 weeks.
2 weeks' time. At home as well. So
home.
you got that sort of advantage of an home on the 7th of March. So
Yeah,
hope to get a big crowd in. So it's next home game, basically.
yes. Yeah, we're Cambridge away Saturday. Be a tough game. Solid team. Have to get points on the board there, and then we welcome Morden. So that'll be very interesting.
Yeah, and you sort of go up, top, bottom, top again. That you've got Morden, then you've got Brantham, and then you've got Pitsea, then you've got Mildenhall, Heybridge, Swift, Concord, Walthamstow, Wroxham, Needham, and Downham.
Yes.
And as Morden Tiptree said, if you need a point for the playoffs, a win for the playoffs, and you're going into that last game, it may be not such a given as maybe other people might think it might be.
No, I don't know nothing about Downham's pitch or what it is. They're new into the league. Obviously, we've played them early on in the season, and they come to us. So I'd imagine that it'd be a leveler, but it's late on in the season. It will be firmer again. It just depends. All we've got to do, I think we've got 11 games left to play. We just got the target beforehand was to win 9 of them. If we can carry on doing that, then I'll be happy. Then we should stay where we are.
You worked out roughly how many points you think you might need?
I've always gone 2 points a game. If you knock about around that kind of position, you always end up in the top 3.
What about you? How about you, Paul? Is there chances of making it in there? And if so, how many do you need? Do you need to go unbeaten now?
I don't think of things like that, like Bill, mate. I'm not as clever as him. I just take one game at a time, Dave, and it is what it is with us, mate. We got to put, like we said beforehand, we need to put a string of results together first and foremost, because, like I say, all the teams above us are winning, and at the moment it's quite hard to, we've got to catch them and rely on them teams to drop points as well. So it's a tough one, mate, like I said to you. But, we're not out of it. Mathematically, we're not out. It still can be done.
And it's always that team that comes with the late run that always seems to get promoted.
Yeah, and they come with form as well. Last season, we went into the playoffs with 0 form. And with that, for 40 minutes, we were the better team. And then they scored on the 44th minute from a mistake. And then because we went for a stage of not being used to winning, all of a sudden it was hard to win. So
Yeah.
when people go in there with their tails up, they're more confident.
I'm just looking at the divisions. I mean, the Eastmead North to start with. I mean, you've got realistic down to 8th. I would probably say you've got Wroxham on 50 from 29. Galston on 52 from 29, Stanway on 52 from 29, Redbridge on 53 from 32, Bowers on 59 from 32, the Abbey on 60 from 31, Morden Tiptree on 70 from 29, and Felixstowe are on 73 from 31.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Central, looking at it, give me 2 seconds, go back. Table. I mean, looking at where they played 47, played 30 with 47. Hadley played 29 with 49. Barton 30 with 50. Tame 28 with 54. Hertford 29 54. Biggleswade 30 56. Biggleswade 31 59. Hitchin 30 64 and still Leighton 30 70. So what you're off, Paul? You're about 7 points off. It's not that bad.
Yeah, possibly. And people got games in hand as well, mate. So, like I say to you, we win the next. I said to him, you get the next 3 games, like yesterday, Tuesday and Saturday. That's 9 points better off. But you can't keep dropping points like we did. You can't. It's just not acceptable, and you can't be expected to be in the playoffs. If we make playoffs, I'm telling you now, it'd be one of the strangest seasons because it's been ding dong, up and down, up and down, up and down. We make playoffs, then I think it'll be like a bloody good achievement. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Where normally I'm up there, innit? I'm not. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
You go back to when we was top of the league. We was on fire then. Everyone fit, and then all of a sudden, you lose so many players and you struggle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, lads. Thanks for turning up again tonight, and we'll hopefully readjourn this time next week, and hopefully we've got 9 points in the bag, and hopefully Mark's actually played a game of football.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so.
So thanks a lot, Dave.
No worries. From me, from Paul, and from
Check,
Billy.
guys.
We'll see you all next week. Good night.
All right, take care.